We are all on Eagle Watch tonight as the pair of eagles in Hayes have laid 3 eggs, and now we're all waiting for the appearance of the first eaglet. But how long can that take, and what happens while the eagle parents just kind of sit and wait? For the answers to all of those questions and more, we're joined live via Zoom by Rachel Handel with the Audubon Society of Western Pennsylvania. Rachel, thank you for joining us to answer all of our eagle questions tonight.
Thank you.
So it's been 11 days since the first egg was laid. How long is the incubation period for the eggs?
The incubation period is 35 days. So we can begin to look for an egg right around the 18th of March to hatch. And that's pretty exciting. And, last year, all 3 eggs in the nest ended up hatching. So it progressed over about the course of a week, and suddenly we had 3 eaglets in the nest.
What can the parents expect to do over the next few weeks?
There's going to be a lot of sitting on the nest.
Okay.
Incubation is really about making sure that the eggs stay at a constant temperature. So one of the adults will always be on the nest. What you're seeing right now in the picture is the female on the nest. And of the 2 birds, she is the one who's on the nest more than dad right now.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Does mom ever get to take a quick break?
She does.
She does.
Dad will bring her in fish. He's brought her in some birds to eat as well, so that she can be sustained while she's hanging out on that nest incubating. But she does have the opportunity to get out there while Dad takes a shift as well.
Take a quick break. Now,
Yes.
Last year, I remember we talked about Dad had to fend off a lot of people trying to mess with his nest. So what tactics can Dad use to protect the nest?
There's a squirrel who tends to be kind of their biggest adversary. It's never been especially problematic for them, but they do get obviously upset when the animal is close to their eggs or their young. So really what they do is they just make a lot of noise. If there's just one bird on the nest, they'll call out to the other bird to come in for help. And usually just that kind of display, they're huge birds. They can drive that squirrel right away back to wherever it came from.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell when you're watching the camera how big they really are in real life, but these are large birds.
They are very large birds. The female is probably about 12 pounds, but has got a very large wingspan. I think about 7 feet, really, all the way across. So they are big birds and, pretty imposing. I wouldn't want to go up against one.
Well, it's one thing to have one baby to feed. How do they plan to feed all 3 babies if they successfully hatch?
So 6 times in their history, including this year, they have had 3 eggs, and 2 of those times, all 3 eggs have hatched. So, that's actually pretty good. And it becomes a lot of feeding, a lot of bringing food into the nest. And really, when they are feeding all of those eaglets, you will see that the nest is often just completely littered with fish debris, bird debris, everything that they have cast off after they've eaten it. So there's a lot of hunting and gathering that the parents have to do to support those young.
Makes you have to feel thankful, right, that you don't have to go forage for your food as humans. Well, thank you so much for answering our eagle questions tonight.
Sure.
Have a good night.
You too.